Okay, got a new headset today, so bring it closer. All right, to the camera, phone out the way. So I'm going to be going over this controller adapter and what I like, what I don't like about it. Put that there. Let me bring the controller over here. We pull up different feed right quick. Get started. It's a game on tonight too, so about be like an hour or so, give or take. Okay, right now I cannot see the chat, but we're gonna get started with this. So, in general cases, this adapter that you see here is meant so that it's a sync and play. So, meaning that you plug it into your computer and you're able to use a controller of your preference that's based on the model. So, in my case, it's the DualShock 4 in this instance. It has two modes. It has PS3. Hope you guys can see that in focus. It has PS3 and it has the PC mode. Now, I don't have a PS3 controller. I have a PS4 controller. So the recommended mode in this general case, since I'm gaming on a computer, would be the PC, which is why I have it turned to that. And I did try the PS3 one, but it has some incompatibility issues, things like that. It wasn't it wasn't preferred. Okay, so to get this synced up, and I am going to try the wired method too because I want to see how that turns out. But the whole point of this is to have a wireless type of method, and there's other options that's out there, but I wanted to try this one, to see how it held up against the other competition. So this is a USB 3.0 hub that I have. Nothing crazy. I'm going to plug this in and I'll do it here. So I got that plugged into the middle like that. And once it's plugged in on your computer, you're going to see, if it's a first time setup, you're going to be seeing different, notifications in the bottom left, right corner of the screen, right side corner of the screen. You're going to see a notification. The pop up when you plug in a new device in your computer. You guys know what I mean. But in general cases, to get this connected, all you're going to have to do is there's a button here. So I'm going to turn this like this so you guys can see it better. So you see that sync button in the middle of the adapter. I'm going to press that. So now you see that's blinking. So I'm going to put that back down. And to get it synced, I'm going to press the PlayStation button and the share like that. So give it a second to come up and let go of it. Once I see two blinks, let go of it. It's going to do a syncing. So we got a solid color. So when we get a solid color on this controller, that means that it's perfectly synced with the controller adapter. As you can see, there's no wires here. I don't have anything plugged in. Okay. Actually, let's do this. In case I do have any questions, I'll pull up my phone right quick. So we got the stable color there. And we're going to be going over some things within Steam and what I like, what I don't like, and how the setup is not really ideal. Now, I do have some issues with this one. Okay, what's up, Russell? How are you doing today? Welcome to the show. All right, so I'm gonna change screens here, and I'm gonna just rock out like that for the time being. Okay, so this is Steam. Um, this is a very popular PC client on PC. A nice main front end for gaming in the PC environment. Now, one of the things that I'm going to want to do here is head over to Steam and upper left hand corner of the screen, and I want to go to settings. So you guys notice that it clearly synced up to it. Everything was all right. So I'm going to go to controller, and I'm going to go to no, first let's test out big picture mode. Let's test out that first. Let's bring that up. All right, so big picture mode is basically Steam's solution to like a console-like interface, 10-foot interface, however you want to call it. So generally speaking, what I noticed off the back is that this is not compatible with Steam big picture mode. Now, that's a big issue because what if I had my controller, my DualShock 4, plugged in to my TV with this controller adapter, and then right off the back, I see that it's not responsive. I'm pressing the buttons left, right, and it's not moving. It's only until I get my mouse in which I see that I can navigate the interface. Web, store, library, community, chat, all that's come into play. I can see what my friends are playing. I can resume a game. That's Paladins. You guys know I play that game. And then it has a don't forget to play. But this is with my mouse. So right off the back, that's a bit of a red flag with a device that is advertising and promoting the sense of having a device you can connect to it and having it be able to sync and play right off the back. So that's one of the things that I'm not liking so far about this. So I'm going to exit out of Steam Big Picture. I'm going to go back into Steam. Oh no, let's minimize it. I want to exit. Okay, so here's the thing that comes up. I'm going to go to my settings here, and I'm going to go to General Controller Settings. So you see right off the back, it recognizes it as an Xbox configuration, which is strange. So I'm gonna uncheck that, and then I want to hit PlayStation. Now, here's another thing that I read about with this adapter. I've read one particular review where it loses the sync every 20 minutes. In this case, the sync actually lost within several minutes. That's a big problem. So one of the things that I'm going to do is that I'm going to resync this. So I'm going to have to press on the button again and hold down on the share and PlayStation button once again. And this is wireless. Now, the wired method may be better, but it just ruins the whole point. So I now have my controller back synced, and I have the PlayStation configuration support enabled. So now I'm going to go to detect controllers. I'm going to hit on that. So it wants me to identify the controller settings. And this is one of the major issues that I have because, for one, the DualShock 4 controller has native support within Steam, meaning that majority of the AAA titles that you will see on this platform is going to be compatible with the DualShock 4 controller. Now, does that mean that the buttons are necessarily going to be correct? Meaning that there's some games that support the controller, but it will still show Xbox controller buttons in the game's interface. With this screen right here, it's telling me that I have to put in some commands, which right off the back, I did like a quick setup of it yesterday, and it doesn't work not as near as native as if I were to plug in the regular USB cable that came provided with the PlayStation 4 directly into the PC. So that was another red flag to me. And just as I'm speaking, and actually I'll switch cameras here so you guys can see what I mean. So as you can see, the light is off, meaning that it lost sync once again, which is not good. Now they have a wired method here, in which I'm gonna try both wired methods so that you guys can understand what I'm referring to with this. So I'll be right back. Grab this. Okay. So this is my other controller, right? So this has the included USB cable with the DualShock 4. So I'm gonna plug this in, and I'm going to take off the controller adapter, and we're going to get some things straight. I'm going to exit out of this theme here just momentarily. I'm going to just unplug it like that. Because if I'm seeing something that's a sync and play, then it should be exactly that, in my opinion. So right now, I have my um another DualShock 4 directly plugged into my PC via my USB 3.0 hub. And as you can see, the light's a different color because I assigned it differently to this thing. Just so you guys can know that it's on. Okay, I'm gonna refer to the okay. So with this being done here specifically, um now I'm gonna try to run big picture mode. So let's see what we get here. I'm gonna go back to Steam like that. We'll see how it fires up. So immediately, with the PlayStation 4 directly plugged into the PC via the USB cord, it works in big picture mode. So this is obviously a fault within Skywin, which is the brand of the controller adapter that I did the video on earlier today. This is obviously an error within their own configuration. Now, you can plug in a Nintendo Switch to the adapter as well, sync it wirelessly, things like that. I have only tested it for the DualShock 4. I do not have a Nintendo Switch. I do not have any Nintendo controllers, and it is only compatible with a select number of devices. All I'm saying is this: if I see it that it says a sync and play, and the PS4 controller works natively in Steam, then it should work natively via the adapter also. But when I did the test just now, as you can see, that's not the case. And that is one of my major issues with the device. And it's not something that is a huge disappointment considering the price point. It's only $20. So with it being $20, I took an L, sure, but um, it wasn't a major one. So I'm going to want to exit big picture here, and as you can see, the controller is actually functional. Now, what I can do also is load up a game too, and can load up a game with this, and we can see if the controller is actually responsive. And oh, yup, absolutely, Russell. Yeah, $20 for in this scenario would be cheap. Now, PlayStation does have their official adapter listed for $70. Um, and I heard that it's a lot of people think it's overpriced, and which is why they are looking into cheaper solution. So this purchase wasn't too much of a gamble because I say, hey, since it's native on the platform, what could go wrong? Hmm, this device got some problems with the PS4 controller, and I don't know about any other controller. I know with Xbox, it's native, so that's the question. So I'm going through all of these here, and I'm seeing something in particular that I like. So it's showing the Xbox buttons, which is it's fine, but all the buttons work. You can see they all work. You know, I can get into a game probably, or I could do a little bit. Don't tell me that the button mapping has been reversed. Hopefully, it didn't save the button mapping. I did. Yeah, I did delete it. In any case, this could be game specific due to the settings. Like for example, these controls can be game specific, and it can detect the controller. So if I do something like that, then that's different. Okay. But even wire, it works better than the adapter. That's the whole point. And when it comes down to specific button mapping, that could all be solved either within the Steam client or it can be resolved in the game. But the whole thing to be with the adapter, if it's going to have a sync and play option for the selected controllers, I believe it should include everything. Like I think everything should be native. And that's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna unplug the DualShock 4 from the computer. And let's see. That now switch. Um, back to my camera view. So my first impressions of the Skywin controller adapter, and I did a video, an unboxing of this earlier today. My first impressions of this is that it needs some major work when it comes to the DualShock 4. Um, does it say sync and play on the box? Absolutely. Is it easy to sync the controller to the device? Yes, it is. Um, how long does the sync hold? That's entirely up to the device. It's not very long. It's not good. Most gamers want a game for at least 30 minutes an hour, long sections. This is just not good. So, for those of you that are somewhat interested in this or really didn't know what it's about, I would not recommend buying this at this particular time. Maybe I will look into Sony's official adapter, which people generally don't like that adapter for the reason of it being overpriced. Or use the USB method and you can avoid the adapter entirely. It just sucks because you know, I can almost call this false advertising. But hey, I have not tested this on any other controller. So I would just say for the PS4 side, Um, this is definitely a no, in my personal opinion. But this would be a no. So, in other news, I picked up a 3.5, jack, pretty standard for computers these days. It's the brand is Kodakan, so it appears to be a Japanese brand style of game headset. So I got that in the mail today. Here is the headset. See here, Kodakan each pro gaming headset. So G9000. So this was pretty interesting as a pickup. And the headset that I have on currently is more RGB. So I'm gonna go mute for a second. I'm gonna show that on camera. So that was a quick look at the headset that I have on now. And then after the stream is over, I am going to link those in the description so that if anybody's interested in buying them, you can go ahead and get you some great alternative solutions to headsets. And they're multi-purpose headsets. It's not only for PC gaming. You can listening to music, podcasting, commentary, things like that. You know how it is these days. A lot of these headsets, even though they're gaming specific, you can use them for just about anything. That wouldn't be an issue in that regard. So generally speaking, see, I can find the mouse to it. Also got a new wireless keyboard for my personal server that's dedicated. It's a jelly cone, and you can see the full view of it here. Takes batteries, of course, but this is one of my pickups that I had, and I'll show the mouse. Very simplistic design. Of course, scroll wheel, pressable button here. Now I have big hands, so you can turn it on with this switch here, and it feels. I wish it had more of a resting feature by the thumb area, but other than that, it's pretty cool. I give the design and functionality about 7 out of 10. I had to rate it. Pretty cool. But what's going on with this? So yeah, so that's just some generic things that happen with the Razer headset. That actually broke on me earlier this week, so I had to replace it. I just got two headsets in case one of them break. Always have a backup, things like that, and I was good to go. So in journal cases, with the adapter, I'm gonna just say that I just can't get down with it generally. But that's just me. All right. So let me see. Turn on extra controller. So I'm gonna switch back to. So this is the Xbox controller. This is just the Xbox One. Um, it has a native functionality with it. Turn it on by holding down this button here. How you turn it off is that you just hold down on this button, this X button, and the light goes. Turn it on, you just hold it down, it's on. So this is a great example, something that works natively because this is Microsoft product at the end of the day, his Xbox brand, and it just works. That's all there is to it. Hey, what's up, Trooper? Russell says I have one too, but mouse pad and control 3 different devices. Nice, nice. Name, brand, and size. Yeah, I'm about to get in. Go back to here. Push that like that. I'm about to just get into games. Finish this off with some. Yeah, just wanted to show that off because in my video that I did on the Skywin controller adapter, I said that part two was coming soon because I was like, I'm really not feeling the device. I'll do like a dedicated video of it, showcasing opinions about it. But I'm like, hey, I'm going live today, so I'll just say do it there. Yeah, not good for the DualShock 4. Based off my testing so far, and I don't think I'll get to official review of it. I mean, I would have to have multiple controllers, Nintendo, things like that, if I were to give a review on it. Well, I just call it the first impression. But hey, you know, so yeah. But right now, I'm using the Xbox controller, and it's native. And that's what I expected out of the Skywin controller adapter, but it never happened. There's some good fights on for tomorrow too. Like I think Ramirez and the dude that beat I think his name was Josh Taylor. He beat a pretty good fighter, not too long. But I think that's gonna be on ESPN, so definitely gonna be checking that out. Out. All right. But truthfully, I expected this controller or the controller adapter to perform, you know, perform better for the DualShock 4. But hey, you live and you learn. And Russell, I actually intended on getting 2 mouse and keyboard combos, but I got this thing where it's like if I don't use it somewhat immediately, you know, I tend to have a problem with that. Like that other headset I showed earlier, I'm probably going to unbox that either sometime over the weekend or sometime next week. And you know, just switch them out every now and then. Just use both. Let's see. Oh, because it's always good to know that I got a dislike. Hey, thanks for the click in the view. Just spin that right there now. Okay, I gotta pick this up now. I hate that that timer is too low on that special. Shooting that air, huh? and it's definitely something going on with YouTube comment system. Like it's times where somebody will, well, multiple people at this point will leave me a comment, but I can only see part of it through my notifications. But when I actually go to the video, the comment's completely gone, like it never happened. So I'm not sure if that's a glitch that's going on currently, or I don't know. Should have been that right there. Playing around. Siege. Alright. This objective base. After this, I'll end the stream. This usually takes a while anyway. to kill, huh? More to go. hell of a streak. Look at that. Alright. The Warriors play the Grizzlies in about an hour. So I just want to get on, do my impressions of that adapter. Play y'all some headsets, play a game or so, and get off.